On this week's episode of A Beer and a Bet, we had a chat with Beery about Mnementh and where he's at. We stretched the budget out to get ourselves some Bunnings buckets to sit on. And of course, we touched on the 3 horses trialling at Warwick Farm midweek, some horses to follow from the stable. We're heading to Albury on Monday, of course, and Warwick Farm will have plenty of acceptances there. That's all ahead on this episode of A Beer and a Bet. Hello and welcome to A Beer and a Bet. We're live down here at Kembla Grange. Good afternoon, Mitch.
G'day, welcome. We thought we'd be over the road training winners and backing winners, but we're sitting in the middle of the breezeway. We're all dressed up and nowhere to go because the races are off and no action for us today.
Yep, staying in the stalls here down at Kembla, and we had 3 winners, unfortunately, over the track today, but...
all morals. Absolute morals. Couldn't see any of them getting beat, but hey, they're sitting in their box now.
Such is the great game we play. Big news in the stable this week. Unfortunately, the Big M turned out for a spell. What was the there with Mnementh?
Yeah, he galloped. That horse is an absolute pest. I don't want to be able to gallop because if it keeps playing with its feet in like that, it'll be going the paddock as well. But yeah, heartbreaking really for the Big M. Worked super on Saturday morning and just did a little bit of evens with him Tuesday. Pulled up lame. His feet have bothered him since he was a 2-year-old. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's going to have to pull up stumps for the prep and we'll go from there. But listen, great ownership, fully understanding. He owes us nothing and his health and his soundness is our priority. So we'll get him right and come back another time.
Yep, big thanks to everyone that reached out with all your messages as well. Tough times, of course, for you, Mitch, and of course, it means so much to you. And hopefully we can get it back, and hopefully we can get that horse to keep quiet as well.
I'm going to go and deal with that horse right now. So I reckon since he spotted us, he's thinking, so I'll go deal with him.
You go deal with him.
I'll go deal with him.
Right, of course, Beery, we've got the open day on August the 4th, a Sunday. Tell us more about that and what the ownership group can expect.
Yeah, I mean, we're just so keen for people to come down. We've spent a lot of time and money on these stables, and I want everyone to come and see them. But, you know, we're closer to Sydney now, and we're pretty accessible for everyone to get down, and want to give everyone plenty of notice as well because, 4th of August, we're going to have a bit of an open day for those that haven't been down to the stables and come and see your horse and a bit of a season launch as well. I mean, you and I have been talking over the last week or so how big next season's going to be for us with the horses that we've got coming through and now that we're fully set up and humming along here in Kembla. So, yeah, to sort of launch the new season and get down for those that haven't seen the stables and haven't seen their horse for a while, it's a good excuse to have a few beers on a Sunday afternoon and come down to Kembla Grange.
The boys on the barbecue, so that'll always be good to see the Irish boys absolutely slaughtering a barbecue.
Oh, mate, it'd be good for them to do something. All I do is pay them and pick them up and drop them off. I feel like a dad. I don't have kids, but when you've got 2 Irish and an English kid living with you that are under the age of 21, I think I've done my part in the raising of adolescents.
You've done a good job. And speaking of kids, bring your kids down. Make sure they get to check out these horses as well. Beautiful facilities down here, a few upgrades, as you'll see in the footage here. And look, it's really looking good. The last sort of 3 months has been a fantastic improvement.
Yeah, and if that thing keeps going the way it is, being a pest, he'll be available for pony rides because he hasn't shown much ability, that horse, and he's nothing but an absolute digger's rest. So
love it.
We'll have plenty for the kids. Everything, just a good fun day, and hopefully be able to steer into a few winners on the day as well.
Hopefully we can do that as well. We'll do that later on the show. Of course, the staking plans, they'll be up soon. Didn't have much like last week, but such is life. We're still miles in front. There's also going to be a golf day, a bit of chat from the group in regards to a few owners reckon they've got a fair bit of ability on the links. So we're going to put you to the test. That'll be in September. So Mick at mitchbeerracing.com.au if you're interested.
What about you? Logged an email address.
Logged an email address.
You've gone pretty far in this company.
Yeah.
Your own personal email address. We'll probably just about have to get your own car park out. Yeah, I'm sure you got one at the golf club.
I've got one at the golf course.
Yeah, 100%.
So if you're keen on that, send us an email. We'll make sure you know about it. That should be a really cracking day as well.
I think a few people are going to get found out.
they're going to get absolutely found out.
As soon as you put up a golf tweet and start talking golf, I play here, I play off this. That's all right. Just come and play off the handicaps you've spoken about, and there'll be a few. I'm sure there'll be a few. I reckon I've got a few of our owners pinged as absolute bandits, ones that have really not really spoken about golf much and that. I reckon they'll just pop up off 20 or don't have a handicap, off 27, play off 14.
We'll be auditing you off the first team.
Yeah, 100%.
We'll see how you go. So that'll be a cracking little event there as well. Hey, couple of runners at Albury on Monday. Obviously today we had 3 who were meant to go around, but they won't be. We'll touch on them soon. But Albury, a few head down back to the old stomping grounds.
Back to the old good, yeah. Looking for. I miss Albury. I love being up here. I love training here, but I do miss Albury. I don't know if people down there miss me as much as I miss them. But be good to take a couple down there. Just trying to search for a drier track with a couple. So we'll probably head down to Albury with 2. One of the filly who's just next to us here. She drew 11 at 11, so she might stay at home, I'd say. But 2 looking for a dry track who'll be big improvers. Zippolis was good last start, and forget Hurricane Thunder went around on a heavy 10. He hated it. But they'll go down there and both be really competitive.
Good stuff. Then we had in today Highballer, of course, the Big H, Vegas Dream. Also, where are they off to?
Well, mate, I know when we've got a really good chance because you ring me straight after acceptances, you ring me the next day, you ring me the next day after that.
Yeah.
And, I think you were that giddy to get here. You were 4 o'clock this morning, you were out at track work and asking about Highballer.
Yeah.
And, so they always knew that he was going to be a good chance. But, looking forward to him getting back to the races. He was super first up, pretty unsuitable sort of stuff. So, he was good. And probably, well, again, he would have loved the heavy. We'll look for a heavy with him. Like the 3 today, they're dead set wet trackers in their right race on their home track.
Yeah.
Good jockeys on.
Just another way to get beat.
It's just criminal. But, we'll probably take a few to Warwick Farm next week, I reckon. Good stuff. Get out there, race for some good money.
Yep, awesome. And speaking of Warwick Farm, a few extra trials on Wednesday, including Lightly Sparkled, a horse that has plenty of potential.
Yeah, I think she might be good.
Yeah.
Probably better than good, actually. I think she might be one out of the box. Really looking forward to getting her the races. She hadn't even had a jump out this preparation, went to the trials there on Monday. Alicia Collar had to sort of swing off her on the corner, went to the line under a nice hold, one of Kieran's that they paid $1 million for, got a little squeeze along and beat her a nose. So I know.
Of course, you pay $1 million, you have to.
I know what I'd rather be in the hole for.
Absolutely.
$30,000 filly from Classic or her. But, she's a ripper. Can't wait to take her to the races. I think she'll be a filly that will have no dramas going through her grades, and she might fly the flag for the stable in the season to come.
Yep, speaking of flying the flag, done with you as well. Looks pretty good. A horse that I know you've got a big opinion of.
Yeah, complete opposite to the filly. Done deal that should be a middle distance sustaining horse. Again, flew the leads, travelled up well. Didn't really handle the heavy. Alicia looked after him, but I got a hell of a lot of time for him.
Yep.
Steph found him in ready to run sales, 42 grand. I think he's an absolute beauty.
Good stuff. Exciting times for the stable and plenty of nice horses coming through the ranks. Salonius, of course, for the Patriot Bloodstock boys went around there, a New Zealand purchase.
Yeah, sneaky little private purchase from the Patriot boys. He trialled well, gets in really good at the ratings. I said to him we might be able to get his rating up a little bit and target towards a little Snake Alley Cup later in the year. So I think that pricked the interest of a few boys.
I'd love that.
But speaking of that, I know it's cliche. Oh, we've got plenty of nice young horses coming through and blah, 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 and you hear it all the time. But I think, Tuesday afternoon was a pretty testing time after the sort of staff left and, my best horse's futures, sort of questionable and his last start listed winner $8 for a $300,000 race on Saturday, and his preparation sort of over. And I sort of was a bit sad, and I was walking around the stables and that, and I just every second horse I looked at, I was like, it's unraced. It's only had one start, and I tell you what, I went to bed more excited than I was sad. I think that horse has allowed us to propel ourselves a little bit, get up to Kembla, get some better horses, and August 1 comes around, we're just going to, both barrels, mate. Just going to launch. We just got some ripping horses coming through from sort of 3-year-olds to 2-year-olds and the yearlings. Some, we're doing a bit of 3/4 pace with some of these young yearlings as well, and they're up sort of travelling. You think, shit, things are going to get pretty exciting. So now bring it on.
And one just making plenty of noise in behind us, butterfly style. She's just saying, "Don't forget about me, Mitch."
Yeah, well, she's come along really good. Little one start for a third. Form around her super, and she could be our little onliner of the year. So
I think so. It should be definitely one to follow. We'll keep you up to date with her. The Ole Kirk filly. Talk to me about her. She's just gone out for a spell.
Yeah, she will be what the Lightly Sparkle will be in 12 months' time. I think Classic will be the horses that were brought out of Classic in the last sort of 13, 14 months last year and this year, I think they're the ones that could really step up. The Ole Kirk filly is one that she's just got something about it. Carries herself, everything that she wants to do it, with a bit of urgency, smart. I think she'll probably be one of our first 2-year-old runners next season. And she just reminds me so much of that filly that trialled on Monday. And I think she's got a lot of Exceed and Excel about her, which is certainly no detriment.
Awesome. Love that. And it's still about 10-15% left in.
Yeah, a little bit left in her. Yep. But I always love the ones that are sort of every year, the ones that there's a little bit left in and take the sort of longest to sell always end up the best. So I don't know why.
What was that Kiwi horse in the Tangerine Imperatrice?
Yeah, couldn't sell it.
Last to sell. Couldn't
sell it.
If you want the next Kembla version of Imperatrice, this could be.
We'll take 1/10 of
like Kirk. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, have you got a staking plan? You looked at the form this Saturday.
Mate.
Or are you just gonna leave what you've got in the bank?
Everything I tip gets the race get caught off or they get scratched or something. So staking plan for this week, I'm nearly just going to sit on my hands this week. I do think that
this isn't a 2-unit podcast. You don't get to bank.
Oh, you know what?
You've got to spend it.
Yeah, they're not the boys. The boys better not pod them. I'm sure they listen to our podcast.
Oh yeah,
like we listen to theirs. But I think we're not trying to take them on here.
No, this is not a head-to-head.
They're in their own league.
Yeah, 100%.
We're just we worship them. They're the inspiration. We're not trying to take them on. They're winks, and we're knocking around in Sky 2s for 16 grand on a Saturday.
Doing it out of a stable with no equipment.
Yeah, off a laptop from 1992. So, I think I'll sit on it. But I do think if the track dries out a fair bit, I think Zipperlist is due.
Yep.
Monday at Albury. Drawn well. We just need some good weather, but that run at Hawkesbury was great. Drier track the better. If he goes to Albury Monday, he'd be very hard to beat.
Yep, I'm with you. Something out wide. If you're looking for something to play on Saturday, Richard and Will have one in there called Navy Blood in the Midway. It'll be winning. I just texted him. I sent him a message, said how far, and he says 1,200 metres. And I said, mate, honestly. Now, how far does it win by, mate?
How big was it? How big was the text from Will Freeman?
Long.
Mate, if you ever worried about anything in life, just ring Will Freeman for 20 minutes. And then afterwards, everything seems okay.
Love it.
Everything's fine.
Love it.
We love Will.
Love him.
But
we'll love him even more if Navy Blood gets the job done.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna make a big call here.
Yeah.
And if Navy Blood wins, we'll get Will on next week, and he can talk himself up.
Absolutely.
It might be a 2-part series.
Yeah.
But we'll get him on.
You never know. That'll be good. All right. There's a shout out to Will. When Navy Blood salutes over the 1,200 metres, you will be on the show, and all your dreams will be answered. Yeah, that's about it. Anything else to add for episode 5 of A Beer and a Bet? We haven't had a beer today because, it's early in the morning.
We're working. Yeah, Not that we haven't had beers when we were working before. I tell you what, we haven't had a beer, but we did have a little sneaky Italian feed last night, Gano in the Gong, one that I plucked out of obscurity. And the Australis, they were going down like Pepsi Maxis last night. It was a bit hard when the alarm went off this morning. But I'll give the Australians a big tick until you told me that they're available at Aldi, and then I cut them off.
Completely
I went straight to the Affogato after that.
Shout out to, what was it called down there at Wollongong? Group 1. We'll let you know as well.
My tax receipt.
Yeah, absolutely. Do that. Hey, that's a beer and a bet for episode 5. If you've got any questions, any suggestions, if you don't want Will Freeman on, you want someone else better, let us know who you want, and we'll have a stack of fun next week.